Hey Bobcats, Principal Larry Johnson here, and today for our 7th and 8th graders, we have a Virtue Awards Assembly. This is something we started in January. We wanted to make sure we keep the tradition going. First, I just want to say I am extremely proud of every single one of you. I know our community and our country and really the whole world is going through a very difficult time right now, but I see so many of you are working so hard. You're turning in work. You're continuing your education so that you'll be ready to go for next year, whether you're moving into 8th grade or 9th grade, whatever that might be. And so please keep up the hard work. Every single one of us are extremely proud of you. So without further ado, our first teacher that is going to be giving a couple of awards is Mrs. Swinson.
Okay, first of all, I want to say how much I admire all of you for the strength of character you've shown in the midst of such change. So I'm really proud of all of you. My first nominee for March is for a student who has really flourished in this online environment. He's shown dedication. He's gotten all of his assignments done. He even shows me websites that we can use. He's really excited and enthusiastic. So this award for enthusiasm goes to Elijah McVicker-Burton. Okay, and my second award is for a student who has really shown accountability in her work. She's been really motivated. So not just in doing her own work, but she's also involved her younger brother. She's worked with family. She's shown that accountability. And so my award for April goes to Delana McGee.
Hey, great job, Bobcats. Keep up the good work. Mrs. Smith.
Good afternoon, Bobcats. We have two kids in science that I think deserve an award for the last 2 months. The first one was for a student who worked even though he was crazy sick. And so for determination, I have Bryce Grandy. And then the second award is for a student who has shown an amazing amount of tolerance and self-discipline throughout the year. And she is so dependable. And this one is for Donna Resendez.
Hey, nice work, Bobcats. We appreciate the hard work and dedication. And now I have Mrs. Hall.
Hey, artists, Mrs. Hall here. I'm so proud of you and the work you're doing, the persistence, the engagement. So I have a few awards to give out. The first one goes to Kaylee McIndarfer for confidence. And I want to read part of Haley's artist statement. Here's what she said about one of her pieces. My portfolio is about bravery and freedom. I want people to be wowed, freed, and inspired. I just want to tell you in my art to be yourself, to be free on your art. Do what you want to do. Don't let anyone tell you no. The next award goes to Athena Ducey. Athena's pretty new to my class, but in a very, very short period of time, she has been able to show me just how brave and confident she is in the art studio. She will come in she'll go look around the room and say, what's this? And can I try it? What's this material? Can I try this? And she is meticulous. Athena, I love this about you. You're meticulous about cleaning up and putting everything away in the color-coded boxes I have put out around those rooms. So Athena, thank you for being in my class. The next award I want to give out is to Hayden Stromso. And for Hayden, I want to give this award out for creativity because Hayden has gone in this trajectory of woo, whoa, up. And I want to also read part of one of his artist statements about who he is as an artist. He always starts his artist statement by saying, I'm Hayden. I'm an artist at Paradise Junior Senior High. And he said in one of his projects, I've had trouble starting at other times. I was just thinking about what I should do, wasn't quite sure. So when I'm out and about myself, I start my art. People sometimes doubt my artwork, but I don't give up. I put my mind and soul into this. So Hayden, congratulations for your upward trajectory on creativity. My next award goes to Brooke Gavak, and I'm giving this to Brooke for confidence because she too is an artist in the studio who has really come into her own groove in that place. And part of her artist statement, she also makes She also makes beautiful artist statements. They're a piece of artwork themselves. But in part, what she says is, even though my hands were cramped after a while doing this project, I think it was worth the effort and it turned out great. I am so proud of myself for trying something new. And I'm proud of you also, Brooke, so keep it up. And last but not least, I have an award for Dusty Tudor. And the award for Dusty is for love. Because if there's anybody in that classroom who embodies a big, big heart for everyone, that would be Dusty. Also, it is a theme in her artwork. She produces artwork that shows the things that she loves. And in talking to her mom sees that also. So Dusty, you're just the big love all the way around in the art room. And I appreciate you so much for expressing yourself so freely.
Hey, great job, every single one of you. Now we're going to move to Mrs. Brown.
Hi, good morning. The award for excellence goes to Cameron Canals. Cameron's can-do attitude has made a positive impact on our drama class. Early on, she had memorized not only her lines, but everyone else's as well in whatever skit, performance, or show we were putting on. Way to go, Cameron, for the excellent quality of your actions and the integrity of your intent. And the second award for tact. The second award for tact goes to Natalie. Natalie readily agreed to be the lighting crew for our show. In the process, Natalie revealed her gift of communicating with tact. She politely asked her curious classmates to refrain from touching the buttons and levers that were set up just so. When the actors had lighting requests, Natalie listened respectfully and quietly adjusted the colors or dimmers appropriately to the scene. Her tactful approach shows her strong character.
Hey, great job, ladies. And now we have Mrs. Bordenkirchen. You are muted, Mrs. B.
Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. I miss seeing you, and just keep up the good work, and we're all very proud of you. My first award goes to Riley Stearns Nixon for the virtue of consideration. Riley is always kind and thoughtful and takes careful consideration in her actions with herself and others. I can always tell she often has someone else's best interest at heart in her words and how she treats people. And I really appreciate and miss her calm and thoughtful presence. So congratulations, Riley. My second award for excellence goes to Angela Hamilton. And Angela is always committed to giving her best. She holds herself to a really high standard, and it shows in her actions, her work ethic, and just everything she does. And I appreciate so many things about Angela. And so she is getting the award for excellence.
All right, nicely done. Now I have Mr. O.
Hey, Bobcats. Thanks for being a part of our virtual Virtues Award Assembly. I have a few awards here. First one for the month of March is going to go to Evan Wang for his diligence. Evan did such a good job in filling out his logs. He was so complete. even correcting some of my mistakes. Like I put the wrong dates on one of them. He cleaned it all up for me. So thank you, Evan, for taking care of that and also communicating with me when I put little posts to you. He always responds back, and I like it when people respond back. It lets me know that you're out there. So thank you, Evan. Way to go. Woohoo! For March, 7th grader is going to be Torrance Marino. Torrance also did a great, diligent job of filling in his log. I love reading the comments, and Torrance wrote one comment about as he was doing some laps, and the 5th lap, he felt like he couldn't go on anymore, but he told himself just one more and he'll get through it. And so I love that. Torrance, he even put down for his heart rate, he even told me his calculations, like 27 times 4 equals, this amount for his heart rate. So I love the calculations in there, Torrance. So thank you for that diligence. That was awesome. Way to go, Torrance. For the month of April, 8th grade, Ryan Jones for Perseverance. Ryan has had some struggles this year and has let those be known and has had a tough time sometimes. And I love that she continues to work and push through. During class when we were all together, Ryan often was looking out for others, and really, I know she's missing that social connection that we all are. So for pushing through and just keep it on. Ryan, you're doing a great job. I'm proud of you. So way to go, Ryan, for Perseverance. And my last one, 7th grader, this is Rachel Pernat. This is for kindness. Rachel has done just such a wonderful job, not just filling out her logs. I love reading her personal reflections. She writes not just like, it was good. She writes several sentences and tells me about her exercise, what was challenging, what was fun, maybe new experiences she's had. She's even shared a link that I know a lot of you students out there have appreciated. She shared the link of the use your name to spell out different exercises, like A stood for 10 jumping jacks and B stood for squats or whatever it might have been. And so Rachel shared that, and I love that, shared it with everybody else. And a lot of kids made comments that they enjoyed doing that. It didn't give them something to have to create on their own. They had something to follow. So thank you for that, Rachel. She's also been emailing me regularly, just checking in on me and my family. And so I really appreciate her kindness and looking out for everybody. So way to go, Rachel. Very proud of you. Woohoo! That's my time. Peace. Be good people.
Hey, great job, Bobcats. Nice work. And Mrs. Park.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My first award is for self-discipline, and that goes to Aiden Massey. I know it's a difficult time, and people are looking at their computer all day, sometimes, even on the weekends. And, I really appreciate Aiden's wonderful attitude and hard work, and that self-discipline doesn't come easily. And so I just want you to know, Aiden, that I'm very impressed, and I want to encourage you to keep on working, keep doing everything in all your classes, and I know you're going to be successful. The second award is also for self-discipline, and that, Aiden, and that award is for Taylor Upton. Again, Taylor, I know it's not easy, and I'm just proud of the improvements you've made. This working at home is quite a struggle for all of us, but you've managed to find your stride, and I'm very impressed. And I just love this attitude of I can do it. So keep it up, Taylor, because I miss you and I'm impressed, and please keep in touch. Thank you.
Hey, great job. Keep up that great work. And now I have Mrs. Brock.
Hi guys, so glad that we could do this for you, and I hope that you enjoy all of it. So my first award goes to Atrina Sweets for diligence, because this is not exactly the easiest way to learn, but she has taken every opportunity to ask questions and to make sure that her assignments are done correctly and completely from the beginning. So her diligence in her work at this time has been fantastic. So good job, Atrina. And then I have a 7th grade award for Aaron Turner as well. And he has a lot of determination right now. He's determined to make sure that he keeps his good grade in my class. So he has been turning in all of his work. He's been doing it on time, and he's been just a perfect gentleman about asking questions and asking them in the correct manner. So I really appreciate that. So great job, Aaron.
Hey, nice job to both of you. Now I have two teachers sharing, Mrs. Minderhout and Mr. Holt.
Chris, you want to go first?
Sure. I was sharing because we were sharing the same student. We both recognized this young man and Chris Reichert for being the kind of kid that you one of the last ones you'd think, don't want to sound like it's negative, but he just came so far from last year when I first met him at Osh to this year, till right before we had to all go home due to possible illnesses. Just his building up of maturity and responsibility and kindness really stretches around all these virtues. And Stephanie, I don't remember the exact virtue that we chose him for because there's just so much.
Yeah, all of those. But hi Chris, hi everybody. And I picked him also in Gamerama for patience because, you know, we have a lot of personalities in there, just like in our whole world. And people want to play games what they want to play, and sometimes it's not so easy to talk with a partner across the table and agree with them or not agree, but boy does he have some great patience, and I really had come to count on him, and boy I hope I can see him next year too, but almost as a bit of a quiet leader. So great job, Chris Reichart. And then I had another one also from Gamerama, and before I start, I just want to say, hey, students, please reach out, call us, man, email. We're here to help you. So we want to help. And I like these awards especially because it's not an attendance award. It's not a GPA 4.0. This is an award for a virtue. And I can give this to a student that normally might not get an award. So I'm going to say his name at the end, but the student is confident, and that's what I gave it to him for. He can talk to adults, he can talk to students and teachers. He looks us right in the eye, often with a twinkle in his eye. He can make us laugh, and he really can make us think. He impresses me, and he exasperates me. But he's amazing, he's funny, and he's confident. And so confidence is going to go a long way in this world. And the award for confidence I'm giving to Zach Pregler. So congratulations, Zach.
Nice work, Bobcats. Now I have somebody is going to be giving an award for Mrs. Rolfe. She wasn't able to be here today. And did we say Dawn?
I'll go first.
Awesome, thank you.
So Mrs. Rolfe wanted to honor a student that, and I agree with her on this, for excellence. This student is has thoughtful responses to questions, is diligent, completes her work, and is insightful. And I know I've seen her in my class as well, and she's always diligent about her work. And that's for Sierra Hasselhoff.
And then somebody was going to give the other one out. Was that Mrs. Johnson? Mrs. Johnson, go ahead and unmute, please. We will.
There we go.
Oh,
okay.
perfect.
So this one is for, I think tracking, I thought I did the right thing. I'm doing Kindred, is that right? I don't have the writing that Mrs. Rolfe had shared about Mrs. Rolfe had shared about Kindred Burton, but I'll tell you what, I've seen that young lady step up. She sent me an email and thanked me for pushing her to do more diligent work in math. What kind of kid thanks me for kicking them in the butt? So that's my commendation for Kindred, and I'm not sure what virtue I want to call that, but she's got it going on. Should I run with the rest of my?
Yeah.
Okay. So I also want to recognize Dusty Smith. I've been spying on a lot of you Bobcats, and I've been, for Kindred. When I pulled up Dusty Smith's grades, holy guacamole, our girls' grades are better now than they were prior to us leaving this planet like we know it and going into hibernation. She is rocking the house. So way on Dusty for her reliability and tenacity. The other one I really want to pick is my dear bud, Trevor Tolson. I've been spying on Trevor too, and that kid is pulling it up by the bootstraps. I think I've watched him really rise up in this adversity and step up with 10 or 20 of those virtues on that list. I wish I had it in front of me and I could just go check, check, check for Trevor. But most of all, I'd want to say perseverance and self-discipline. Trevor, you're rocking my socks. And rocking the house with his Spanish. Woo!
Hey, great job, all of you, seriously. And now I have somebody is doing Mrs. Texeras.
Mrs. Texera picked Kindred, and I'm not sure if she picked anybody else.
Yeah, I've got one for Mrs. Texera. For April, she would like to recognize Cameron Parker for diligence. And I can just speak to that in math also, just the quality of work and the attitude all around demeanor for Caleb is just amazing. So from Ms. Texera for April is diligence.
Great job, Caleb. And now Mrs. Casperson.
All right, so I have two, one for March, one for April. The first one is for perseverance, and it's for Kenny Sherfy. He is the type of student who just keeps going, and he's enthusiastic and positive about it. When something's hard, he keeps working at it and keeps doing his work. And when something isn't that difficult for him, he tries to be better. He just keeps working harder to learn more. And so for Kenny, that is perseverance. He really is exhibiting that in my class, even online. And then my second student for April is Madison Day. Now, Madison Day exhibits self-discipline. She just quietly gets everything done. She doesn't need me to remind her to do work. She just gets it done. If she's not sure what to do, she asks questions. She'll send an email. And she's really taking ownership of her work, and without any interference from us. She's not the kid that needs reminding. She just does it all herself.
All right. Hey, great job. We appreciate it. Keep up that hard work. And now I have Mr. Ray.
All right, I've got two as well for March and April. Just want to recommend these people. Even though life just keeps throwing them curveballs, they just keep stepping up to the plate. And anything that I throw at them, they're making the play. They're not making errors. They're getting that work turned back in immediately to me. So for March, I have the virtue of assertiveness is Braden Baker. And for April, the virtue of enthusiasm, Eliza Shelton. Congrats to both you guys. Just keep hitting it out of the park.
Well done, well done. And now I have Mrs. Johnson. You already did all yours, so Mr. Forward.
I have just one. I have for a great kid who always does her work, and in March in class, she worked really hard to do her work, and that is Francisca Reyes for perseverance. Great job.
All right, nice job. And now Mrs. Carlson.
Good morning. For my 8th grade student, this student is always there ready to lend a helping hand to his friends and teachers. His knowledge of technology is vast, and he can solve any tech problems in our classroom. He's a smart guy with a caring heart And my Virtue Award for March for helpfulness goes to Cody Crippen. Here's his award. Okay, my Virtue Award for April is for a 7th grader. This 7th grade student is a good friend to others. She always has a smile on her face, and her laugh will put a smile on your face every day. We are so happy that she moved back to Paradise this year. And my Virtue Award for April is for kindness, and that's for Charlotte Evan.
All
Good
right.
job.
Well done, both of you. Good work. And I do have one, actually. I'm going to be doing a special Principals Award. But first, I want to make sure I didn't accidentally miss anybody. So did I miss anybody? All right, perfect. So as I walk around campus, when I'm gathering up schoolwork or doing miscellaneous tasks, I got to tell you, I really miss all of you. I miss my students. And it's like a ghost town around here. It's a little eerie. But one student in particular who literally would make my day every single day with his kindness, just true definition of kind heart. I really miss that student a lot. It really makes me think about that student. And so for kindness, that is Trey Gendry. Just truly one of the most amazing kiddos I have ever met. I hope my own young sons grow up to be that kind someday. And so for everybody out there, for our families, for our students, again, we just want to thank you. Please continue to work hard. Reach out to your teachers through, emails and Google Classroom. Ask them those questions. But, more than anything, just take care of yourselves. Practice that social distancing. Take that, really work on that self-discipline virtue that can be really difficult during a time of isolation. And just take care of yourselves. It's still okay to go out and get some sunlight, get some exercise. Those things are so unbelievably important. Maybe one of the most important things that you can do for yourself right now. So take care, Bobcats, and rise up.